Hi, everyone. How's it going? Welcome back to Movement. So, I am your host again today, Natalie Rand, and I am here to talk a bit about the spring equinox and get some movement in while we do it. All right. So, today the main focus will be some tips for the summer in terms of how to transition from spring to the warmer season or transition from winter into the warmer season and some different movements to help shake things up and get things out. We started earlier, maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we did some really basic yoga. We talked about my background. We talked about some very simple Pilates movements and how to incorporate those positions in your system for all different types of movement. And today is a special day because it's the day that marks the transition from the winter into the spring. So it's a great time Ayurvedically to break up the monotony into your system, in terms of digestion. So if you wanted to do some sort of cleanup, it's a perfect time you can call it your spring cleaning. And ways of doing that really simply would be to add more fresh spices, herbs, and uh, apples, berries, seasonal beets, green roughage to your diet, and do it in a way that is warm, believe it or not. So you wouldn't go, let me add more salads to my mix. Instead, you would add these vegetables, you clean them, you go to the farmer's market, or you go into the section that shows, basically local farming. And then you would take the veggies, clean them, rinse them, chop them up nicely, add some seasonal oils like grapeseed, or you could even do olive oil, or going towards coconut oil, organic ghee if you are not vegan. And you would saute your vegetables in that particular fat. So you're having warming veggies. And then you could add some spices, right? So you'd add some Himalayan salt after you toss everything together. Himalayan salt, coriander, cumin would be fantastic. Black pepper would be great now, especially if you don't run really warm. It's a great way to break up anything that's left over from the previous season because we did a lot more stagnant activities in the winter. Generally, we do as a culture, we do a lot more eating and a lot more celebrating. So it's a great time to break up the monotony, get some fresh squeezed pressed juices and really delicious teas, ginger tea, licorice tea, and just get ready to detoxify. All right. So starting on that note, and now moving into the body. So we talked about how can we facilitate some solid practice. And today we're going to up our ante. We'll continue with our yoga at the end. Today we're going to start with Pilates. And we will move from the very beginning section, which is sort of like a mini mat. Today we'll remix a roll-up series, all right? We'll end with a nice, strong, warming breath of fire. And again, if you've just eaten, this is something you want to save for later. Otherwise, go for it, all right? You can always revisit this video later on. And let's begin, all right? So I'm going to get you set up. Move over to my mat. And we will get this party started, all right? So my mat's back here. Sitting down, all right? We'll start at the top of the mat like we've done in the past. Both of our feet will start together in a parallel position, bringing our hands into this beautiful genie position that we've had before, all right? And if it's comfortable in your body, you'll drop down to one leg, lower your body all the way down, more seamlessly than ever, and then round your back, and then come back up, all right? Starting at the top of the mat, nice long spine, squeeze the inner thighs together. Reach the arms, exhale, pull the navel in and curl down, and then bring it back up. All right, again, curl the spine down and bring it back up. And you'll go a little bit more each time. Curl it on down. Again, if you have any problems with your lower back, if this is completely new to you, you may want to watch and always get clearance from your general practitioner before you begin a new exercise. All right, so this is a nice way to walk the lower back And address the kidneys, right? If you're not really great at rolling down and this is too much, then you will lay onto your back to begin. And you'll just curl up. So you'll do the same thing, you'll just do the opposite direction. And curl up again. And then curl up a little bit higher. The whole time pressing the feet into the ground, pulling the navel in, squeezing the glutes. So notice when I'm on my way up that I'm not straightening my back. I'm just keeping it rounded the whole time, squeezing the inner thighs really tight, pushing the heels as much as I can into the mat, especially if you have any tension in the spine. It's a great way to get that going. Good, and you'll come all the way back up to the top, all right? So you have those two options. You start with curling the spine, straightening the back, curling the spine, straightening the back, curling the spine a little bit more, straightening the back, curling it even more, straightening the back, curling it a little bit more. So really kind of addressing the whole internal digestive system, right? Through the front and the back of the body, right? Curling down a little bit more. 2 more rounds all the way to the ground. Come all the way back up. Again, you can do this a lot slower, especially if it's straining in the neck. The main focus is pushing the feet into the ground. So really resist the floor like it is an apparatus instead of just a mat underneath you, okay? How did that go? Hopefully well, all right? Extend the legs out in front of you, flex through the feet, all right? Take a nice deep inhale, hands come down to the side of the waist. Press into the floor, point the toes, flex the feet. Point the toes, flex the feet. Point the toes, flex the feet, point the toes. Now while you're here flexing and pointing, find the abdomen, press into the heels, zip the inner thighs, press the palms onto the floor. So even though your hands are on the ground, they're not just relaxing, they're engaged. So the triceps turn on. You can see that when I relax my arm versus when my arm is engaged, right? Flex and point, give me 3 more, 2 more, and 1. Good. From here, keeping the feet in the flex position, today we're going to work from parallel, all right? Zip the inner thighs up, reach the arms up, all right? If roll up is not in your wheelhouse, this exercise is not for you, okay? If you have any issues rolling up, you can always bend the knees and go back to this beautiful curling exercise we started in the beginning and then lower the body down. If that's even out of your wheelhouse and you can't roll up, you can simply engage the glutes, inner thighs, inhale, reach the arms up, circle the arms around, and bring them back. All right, so you have 2 options. You're either extending the legs and you're going with me, arms reach up, then you're going to start to peel the body up, and then roll back down. So very different than what we started with, which was bent knees. Curling up, and then roll back down, all right? So if that's where you're going today and you're not rolling up, perfect, all right? We're doing 4 rounds. I'm gonna extend my legs because I'm ready to do a full roll up. Today my legs are in parallel, there's no Pilates V position, everything's together. From here, I'm gonna curl all the way up and I'm gonna roll up 4 times. Squeeze, exhale, reach forward for 3, reach forward for 2, reach forward for 1. Squeeze the inner thighs and lower your body all the way down. So really, really tight squeeze the inner thighs. So all of the legs and body are engaged. Notice my arms aren't flattening. Everything's connected. So arms are coming out of my back is on, all right? Shoulder blades are down, legs are lengthened. Notice my knees were bent slightly so I could really keep a connection in my legs, all right? Here we go, exhale again, roll it up. Reach it forward for 3, pulling the navel in 2. Notice I'm not flattening my body's engaged. I'm stretching out my back, abdomen's in, inner thighs engaged, heels together, reaching, squeeze the inner thighs, round your spine. Feel the legs stay close together. Keep reaching toward the toes, like you don't want to leave them. And then finally, once you get the bra line down, slowly start to bring the rest of the body onto the floor, all right? It's like you don't want to leave. 2 more, exhale, round the body forward, reach it forward for 3, 2, 1, round it down, all right? 1 more time, exhale, reach it forward, 3, 2, 1, and round the body down, all right? From here, we're gonna go up to transition. So you're gonna exhale, roll the body forward, reach, let the knees bend, the fingertips are going down, you're gonna bend the knees and go towards your heels, all right? Let's do that again, all right? So you came all the way up from your roll up, fingertips go down, bend the knees and come forward. From here, grab at the front of the shins, Try to lift the feet off the ground, all right? Notice when you lift off, you're gonna wanna lower the body and curl. I want you to keep your feet where they are. The body's rounded here, scooping the navel in up. You're gonna try to get the legs off and the back stays rounded, the shoulders stay down. Keeping the heels together, squeeze the heels round the spine, roll it back, bring your body back up. Notice that I'm not rocking anywhere else, right? The heels are pressing down toward the pelvis. Again, roll it back and back up, rolling like a ball. Again, squeeze the heels round and bring it up. Squeeze really tightly, heels and palms down, bring it up. Keeping the glutes engaged, pelvic floor muscles are up. Last one, down and up, all right? So that was 4, 4, and now we're gonna move to the next exercise, all right? Already, if you're feeling so much in the hip flexors that you can't function, let the legs rest, let that be the beginning, and start from the exercise you did before. If you're feeling okay, grab your ankles, you're gonna reach one leg out, bend it in. Reach the other leg out, bend it in. You're balancing on the pelvis, all right? Reach it out and bend, and reach it out and bend. And if you're having no problems just reaching the legs and bending them and reaching them, bending them, and you're trying to reach both legs and bend. And reach both legs and bend. You're in a V shape. Reach both legs. And then last one, reach both legs from here. This is the fun part. If it's available to you, you're gonna round your body and then you're gonna press into the legs to come back up. Again, same thing, curl it back. Now, if this is really unsuccessful, you can bend the knees. You can press the arms with the knees bent and roll like a barrel, a wheelbarrow. All right, if this is fine and the legs can extend, press into the legs. All right, feel both sides of the back on the floor like 2 paint rollers, and then squeeze the legs close, right? Same thing, rock it back and forth, flex through the feet if possible. Otherwise, again, your knees are bent, right? Lengthen the legs nice and long if it's available to you. And I like to flex my feet because if you know what's next, you probably don't. You grab your toes and do the same thing. The body stays rounded, and you're gonna squeeze the inner thighs and try to keep the connection, right? Same thing again, round your back. Try not to overshoot. Squeeze and rock, and squeeze and rock, and squeeze the inner thighs. Good, and then from here, this is the really fun part. You can either bend the knees or keep the legs on. You're gonna round your back, keeping the legs where they are, squeeze the inner thighs. Curl right back up, try to reach your toes. Round your back, reach the arms up. The modification will be bent knees and bringing it up. And if your legs are killing you, you'll bend the knees. You can even bring the legs all the way back down to the floor, right? Round it back and bring it up. But if you're fine with the legs long, we'll do one more to complete. Bring it back up. And then everything's going down together. And we'll start again. All right? So it got pretty tricky, right? But it's fine. Just move along, right? We're going to do 3. You have an opportunity to do the whole thing all over again. Legs sit together, arms reach to the sky. Exhale, round the body forward for 3 counts. Reach, 2, 3. Squeeze the inner thighs, peel it down, squeeze, squeeze. 2 more. Exhale, reach it forward for 3. Reach it forward for 2. Reach forward for 1. Roll it all the way back down. Try to keep the shoulders down once you get up. Squeeze and reach. 2, 3, round the body down. Bring it all the way back up. And then bring the pelvis forward. Grab the legs 3 times. Rock it forward and back. 3 and 2. Squeeze the heels down. And 1. All right, you have the single leg reach. Single leg reach. If that works out for you, you can do it and do it. 3 times. Reach. Then if it's available, you'll do both legs and bend. And both legs. And one more time from here. Round your back to rock back and forth. Squeeze the legs. Reach. Try to engage. You'll notice that the pelvis moves. It'll just show you any imbalances you might have. Close the legs. Flex the feet. 3. Squeeze and rock forward. 2. Squeeze those inner thighs really tight. One more time. And stay at the top. All right. From here. You can try to grab the toes or not, all right? And we'll do the same exercise. Squeeze the inner heels, squeeze the thighs, keep squeezing the legs as much as you can. Try your best to come up. If you don't, it does not matter. Keep squeezing. It's a nice little massage on the back. And then from this position, reach toward the legs, bent or down, right? You got 3 options. Curl the spine down. Exhale, bring it all back up. Arms reach. Squeeze both inner thighs equally and bring it back up. Last one, squeeze and bring it back up. And from here, everything's gonna go down together. And then we're up to 2. How did that go? We're going at it again. You got 2 more opportunities, all right? Flex through the heels, arms reach up, round the body forward, reach for 1, 2, 3, round it down. 2 more, and reach, 2, 3, squeeze and round it down. Come to the top, bend the knees, hips go to the pelvis, grab the ankles, rock back and forth for 2 times. 2 rolling like a ball. 2 open leg rocker. This is the preparation. This is perfectly fine right here. Pelvic floor is engaged. Both legs reach. Round your back. Bring it back up. Press into the legs. Feel both sides of the back go down and up. Close the legs. Same thing. Flex the feet. Feel that beautiful massage on the back. And notice that the pelvis is curling back and forth. Try to keep it curled underneath you. Squeeze. Stay at the top, catch the toes if it's available. Otherwise, continue doing the last exercise. Whatever modifications you need, go ahead and do them. Squeeze. From here, reach the arms around the spine. Exhale, bring it back up. Reach to the ceiling and bring it back up. Everything goes down together. Singles, all right? Notice my arms are going too far behind me. All right, so find that place, close the rib cage, reach the arms slightly off the floor, flex the heels. Singles. Reach forward 1 time, 1 full roll up, exhale, bring it forward, reach forward for 3, 2, 1. Round down, squeeze the inner thighs, push the heels, squeeze the inner thighs, push the heels. Come back up for rolling like a ball. Fingertips here, come towards your heels, catch the heels, rock back and forth 1 time. Open leg rocker preparation. Both legs together, round the back. Bring it up, squeeze the inner thighs, flex the feet. Same thing, legs closed, close leg rocker. Stay at the top, catch your toes. 1 more time, squeeze the inner thighs. Come back up. That wasn't so successful for me, so I'm gonna try it again. Squeeze the inner thighs, keep squeezing. Don't be attached to the outcome. Then lower the back. Bring it back up. Everything down together, all right? And what you'll notice is if you have imbalances in your body, you'll have one side of your body on one side of the mat, the other side is on the other side. So just work where you can work, okay? I hope that went pretty well for you. So that's kind of like a little variation on the classical Pilates theme where you get to do your roll-ups, and you get to do your roll like a ball, you get to do your open leg rocker, the whole shebang, and then you have this amazing warm back, acknowledged digestive system, and you're available to move, okay? So from there, we're gonna go into nice and simply, instead of us doing a rolling like a ball, we're gonna do the sideline series, okay? So, sideline series coming right up. Let's see here, make this a little bit bigger. Okay. Lie on your side, the back of your mat, your whole pelvis will go to the very back. So we're gonna do this. This is really great for the hips. It's fantastic to strengthen all of the muscles down in the pelvic floor area, the IT bands, the quadriceps, hamstrings, obliques, glutes, a lot of the lower systems, but a lot of the upper systems too. So again, we'll have 2 variations. We're just gonna do 2 exercises for both sides. Wrap it up and do our breathing, okay? Sound good to you? Perfect. So this is out of context because usually with the warm-up, I would continue and go through and do a mini mat, which you all have learned before, but I wanted to introduce you to some other Pilates exercises before we get into some yoga breathing, some pranayama breath, okay? So lie onto your side, the legs are gonna come slightly in front of you, prop up onto the elbow. From this position, pull the shoulder blades down. Notice right away my pelvis is going up to the ceiling. So pull the ribs in, pull the navel in, bend your knees to begin, right? If this position feels really good to you, make sure that the belly is not protruding out of the front body. You wanna find the navel, squeeze the navel in and up, find the pelvic floor muscles. You can even see it in my knees. See how when I drop into my lower back, my knees drop forward. So you should be balancing on the hip, the bottom hip. So find the abdomen, pull it in and up. If you need to, you can put the fingertips down to help solidify your position. You also want to think about the shoulders not going up toward the head. And notice how my neck is overstretched. So feel this elbow and the forearm on the floor, press it and push against it. So the shoulder blades go down the back, right? So all of the pectoral muscles, the trapezius and rhomboids, they're actually working because you're not just sinking like you're at the beach, all right? So fingertips can go down. If you feel like really comfortable and you have the strength, you can put both hands behind the head, all right? Starting with the knees bent. In a minute, I'm gonna show you how you can advance it if you feel like you need a little bit more of a challenge, all right? So press down into the floor, feel the bottom leg stay put. So see that little space where my heel is trying to make? Push that heel down into the floor and then lift the top leg up, all right? From here, you're gonna extend this leg out and I want you to reach the toes forward and then reach the leg back. Notice my knees coming off the floor. Push the knee down into the mat. That means I can't go any further than this, right? And then bring it forward to the back. 2 exhales to the front and back. So this is called tick-tock. 3 more. Good. Notice my bottom arm trying to relax on the beach. We'll do about 5 of these, all right? Good. So when you go forward, the abdomen engages, right? The pelvis doesn't change. Then you reach back, the glute engages. When you go forward, stretch out the front of the hamstring. And then you reach back, stretch out the psoas, okay? Moving along. If you wanted to advance this exercise, you could tuck the toe on the wall. And you have this really strong position that doesn't allow for that leg to move as well. And then you really get the underside of the abdominal, okay? But today we'll keep it bent because we're starting for the first time and we're gonna respect that, all right? So lift that top leg up again, extend it, and we're gonna do a big circle around. So first we're gonna go to the front, all right? Watching the knee of the bottom leg. The supporting leg is working even more than the leg that's moving. Reach all the way up to the side, right? Notice this little triangle I'm forming with my elbows. Keep it nice and strong. Keep the leg on the mat, pushing against the mat. Reach the leg to the back. Notice my knee, it's trying to come off, and then bring it forward. And open out to the side. Reach it to the back. That's better with my bottom knee. And bring it forward. 3 more. Front, side, back. 2 more. Front, side, back. 1 more time to the front. Open side and back. Let's reverse it. Kick it to the back. Watch my rib cage. It wants to kick out. All right. Keep using that bottom leg. 2. We're going to do 5 reps again on this side. And 3. Reach it to the back. Notice this leg. This leg's going to turn out to lift up. Right. It doesn't have to go this far. That's a bit dramatic. But just find the abdomen and then you go start to go to the front again. Last 2. Kick it to the back. Reach it to the side. And bring it forward. 1 more time, back and side and front. Good. From here, reach the leg slightly behind you, and we're going to circle it 10 times, right? Notice my posture is changing. Press the arms down, pull the ribs in, find the abdomen. Circle 10, circle 9, circle 8, circle 7, circle 6, circle 5, and 4, and 3, and 2. Reverse the circle 4, 10 reps, and 9, and 8, and 7, and 6, and 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and relax, all right? Should feel a nice little acknowledgement in the hip, all right? From here, before we go to our second, we're gonna lie flat on our belly, drop it down, release the forehead onto the floor, the navel's gonna pull in and up, so the belly's not protruding again. You're gonna pull the navel up, you could probably stick something underneath my belly. Reach the right leg off the ground. Reach the left leg off the ground. Reach both legs off the ground. We'll do that again. Left leg lifts. Right leg lifts. Both legs lift. Bend both knees and flex the feet. Lift the heels and knees off. Thighs lift without arching the back. 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Keep the knees up if possible. If not, keep going. And release. Now you're gonna squeeze the knees together for 10. Squeeze them 9, squeeze them 8, squeeze them 7, squeeze 6, navel in, 4 more, 3, 2, relax, all right? You may feel an imbalance, like one side's working a little harder than the other, and that's fine. It's because you just worked one of your legs, okay? Let's go to the second side, all right? From here, I'm gonna face you instead of going and flipping over. So again, line your body up to the very back of your mat. You're basically making like an L shape. Notice that your hip is gonna try and drop up. So you're gonna try and pull the hip down to find the abdomen. Press the feet into the floor. Press the knees into the floor. Both hands go behind the head. Find that rib cage and pull it in and up. Humble it. All right. And the legs are on a slight little L shape. If you were gonna do the walk, you would tuck the toes here or slightly behind you. Right? Keeping this leg in parallel, and you would pulse forward and pulse back, right? But today we're keeping the knee bent, and you'll still pulse forward and pulse back. Again, front, pulling the navel in and back. And 3, and back, and 4. Good, watch the ribs and watch the shoulders. 5, all right? Then we're gonna do our big circle to the front. So the front, open it, side, reach it to the back. Same thing again, front, side, back, and forward, side, back. One more time, side, back. Let's reverse it. Let's slow it down a little bit so that way you can get it and not feel like it's too fast. Sometimes I have a tendency to move very quickly, vata-like. And 3, the air and space quality and the doshas according to Ayurveda. All right, but I do have some pitta, fire, in my constitution as well, which definitely helps me stay focused. All right, now we met the 5th one, so now we're gonna do our small circles for 10, 9, and 8, pulling the navel in, 7, 6, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1, reverse it, 10, reaching through the heel, 9, so the leg is not just hanging out, you're really reaching it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and rest. All right, again, you should feel a little fiery flame in your hip, and now we're gonna go into a piriformis stretch, right, which you may be familiar with if you've exercised before. Place your right ankle on top of the left knee. If this is enough, you'll stay. Otherwise, grab the back of this hamstring, flex both feet, and get a nice stretch in. Make sure your pelvis isn't going askew. That knee that's bent at the bottom is directly in front of the rib cage. All right, so it's not going across, it's not going outside the body's box, it stays in as you breathe into the stretch. All right, and if you wanted a little bit more, you could also put your hands behind you and breathe here. All right, switch it out. Same thing, opposite leg goes on top, flex the foot, grab the back of the hamstring, flex both feet and breathe into the hip. You may feel it in the hamstring as well, depending on your body. Make sure you don't overstretch, don't pull too hard. Get to your sweet spot in your body. Good, and if you want that extra stretch again, sit on up, open the chest, lift up nice and tall. Great, and then we're gonna move along, all right? So I hope that went really well for you. We did the beginnings of the roll-up series, which is a variation on the mini mat, which we've learned in the very start of the Pilates classical work. Then we added a little bit of the sideline series, which is all of the leg work. In addition to all of the upper body must be completely solidified in order for it to be, true to its form in terms of like using a full body, which in Pilates, you never really isolate. You always are constantly moving. There may be focuses, but your whole body is engaged in use. All right, so moving along, let's move into, before we go into our pranayama, I do want to review some simple yoga poses, all right? So let's go to, last week we did the Surya Namaskar series, and we did some of the warrior poses, all right? Hopefully you had a chance to revisit those. The week before that, we did the Surya Namaskar. So I would love to do Surya Namaskar on the right and the left leg, and then we'll do a warrior one. What do you think? I think that sounds like a great plan. And then we're gonna slowly bring ourselves onto the ground. We'll do cat-cow, all right? And then we'll do go. I don't know if you guys have done go. You know what? Let's keep it simple today. And because we've already done a whole series for Pilates, we will end it with some very simple cat-cows. And then we'll do our pranayama since we're going to run through the Surya Namaskar. So if you've done Surya Namaskar before, this is the 12-step version. Very simple. We'll go to the top of the mat. Today we'll do a quick version since we're already warm. Everything's in abuse. We're just going to review it so that way I can make sure that you're actually utilizing your full expression of the movement. All right, so find your way to the very top of the mat. Both feet start together again. All right, and then you're going to bring your palms to the prayer position. This is the one. Inhale, reach the arms all the way above you. Nice little extension in your upper thoracic spine. Pressing the feet down. Fold forward for 3. Step back with one leg. 4. All right, go to that mountain pose, downward dog 5. All right, going all the way down. 6. Almost like that spider position with the 8 points of the body. Going through 7. You in the cobra pose. Back to the mountain pose. 9. Step forward with the opposite leg. 10. I think I did the same leg. That's okay. Come forward. 11. Reach all the way up to the sky. And then come back to that prayer position. All right, so we'll do the same thing on the opposite leg, starting with the prayer hands. Inhale, reach the arms. 1. All the way to the sky. 2. Fold forward. 3. Step it back. 4. Good. Go into that mountain pose on 5. Down to that 8-point position. 6. Draw through to the cobra. 7. Lower the body to go back to that mountain pose again. 8. Stepping forward. 9. Both legs come together on 10. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky at 11. And 12. All right, from here, step back to your warrior 1 pose. Let's have the left leg go back first. Reach the arms all the way up. All right, making sure the outer foot, that's this foot, is wrapped down onto the floor. Look straight up. If that's too much on the neck, you'll look straight ahead, making sure this hip goes down and back. Find the ribs and pull them in. And breathe here for 5 breaths. Inhale, exhale. Breathe into the nose, out through the mouth. Working this hip forward as much as you can. 2 more deep breaths. 1 more time, Virabhadrasana. 1, and then look all the way up, palms come together. Good, and then just step on forward. Okay, same thing, opposite leg. Bring that opposite leg back on the mat. This back leg's turned out, heel to heel, making sure the hips are turned, square to the front wall. Wrap that back foot out and back. Hopefully that's available to you. Extend through the leg. If it's too much on the knee, you can come back up to that position, right where there's like a full lunge. You'll breathe here 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Pelvic floor engaged. Push the feet into the ground. Look up if it's okay for you. Good. 3 more breaths. 2. 1 more. Close the hands at the top if it's available to you. And then let the body go forward, okay? Moving right along into warrior 2, all right? So we'll start with that first side. I will face the back, all right? Actually, let me just go to the other side of the mat. We'll go here. We'll start with the right leg. Bring that leg out to warrior 2. Nice strong hold. Legs are nice and pelvis is even, right? Breathe for 5. Look toward that palm, the palm that's extended out over the knee for 5 counts. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. Good. Let's stay here for 2 more deep breaths. Last one. Good. Extend and turn this leg in. Pivot the opposite leg out. Bend the knee. 5 breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. In through the nose. This is Ujjayi breath. When you breathe in and you feel the exhale, also makes like a Darth Vader sound. Inhale. Reaching the fingertips out. 2 more. One more time. Deep breath in. Extend. Good. And come back to the top of the mat. All right. So from here, let's go ahead and do Warrior 3. So let's have you step slightly back into the, maybe just below the center of the mat. And the palms will come to the chest like you did earlier. Step out to the right leg. One leg's off the ground. The body's parallel to the floor as you reach the back leg. Try to extend that leg pretty long. All right. If you feel like you're not very steady on this side, you can keep it bent. Stay here for 5 breaths. Pull the navel in. Feel the pelvic floor muscles lift up. Mula Bandha. 3 more breaths. 2 more. Feel all that use of your foot. 1 more time. And stand on up, right? So great for the lower back, the QLs. Same thing, opposite leg. Reach it back. Straighten out through the leg. Push through the heel. 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Both hips are parallel to the mat. Breathe in. Exhale. Bend the knee if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Reach through that leg. 2 more. Pelvis stays parallel to the floor. 1 more time. Good. Both legs come together. Beautiful. Nice warm feeling in the legs. All right. So from here, let's go into our rapid fire. Okay, so we talked about this at the very beginning. Generally speaking, if you're a person that runs really hot and it's really hot where you are, it's not recommended. But it's good for a day where it's kind of cool and crisp like it is here in Santa Monica to get your body nice and warmed up and expel any yucky stuff out of the body. So when you do this breath, this breathing practice, it's contraindicated for people that have any blood pressure issues or, check with your general practitioner when trying anything new, all right? And you will know right away if it's not for you because sometimes there'll be a dizziness or a nauseous feeling. So wonderful to watch and then decide, all right? We're gonna keep it really simple and just do 10, all right? Both hands can go on the belly and you're basically gonna inhale deeply, exhale rigorously, all right? So it's just in, out, all right? Really expel the air. So you breathe in, again. Good. How did that go for you? So we're inhaling through the nose and expelling the air through the nose, all right? If it went really well and you want to up the ante, you can do it double time. If it went okay and you just need to repeat the same thing, you will. Right? If you want to add to that, you can breathe, lift the arms up to the sky, exhale, pull them down towards you, right? So you'll good. Return to your natural breathing. Breath of fire, also known as Bhastrika. Okay? So I hope that went really well for you. Today, we covered some fun facts for the vernal equinox, great ways to transition into the spring, having some fresh herbs and spices, adding them seasonal herbs and spices like coriander, cumin. Coriander seeds are basically those of cilantro. So cilantro is a great thing to add to dishes, fresh basil. Dill is really great right now. Thyme. Really, really lots of apples, beets, kale. Arugula is a fantastic leaf to add to a tossed, sauteed, warm salad. Grains that are beautiful are quinoa, aged rice is always in, as well as whole barley. Any of these things are amazing. You can make warm salads with. Really, really good time to still kind of keep the warming going up, adding black pepper, raw honey to your diet, because then you're actually helping the body get rid of all of the old junk and matter. And if you have additional questions about lifestyle and diet, you can visit me at SUHS Clinic on Tuesdays. I'm there with Dr. Yasmin, and we'll do a whole evaluation for you at the Ayurveda Clinic, all right? So I'm so excited to see you again. I hope you make it back to this beautiful space where we move, we build on Pilates, we build on yoga, we build on pranayama, we build on Ayurvedic principles and ways of being, all right? Hoping that you have a beautiful spring and lovely vernal equinox. Until then, I'll keep kind of throwing tips in there for you, and we'll get a little bit more specific, but because there's so much to choose from, you can pick and choose. And if you ever have any questions, you can live chat me and I will respond. All right. Have a beautiful afternoon. Until next time, ciao. Remember, you don't have to do anything but show up, and then we'll do the rest together. Have a beautiful day.